Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but we also discuss how we're going to fix it. Now, the content that I'm going to lay out for you on this episode of the Bullet Points is the Democratic battle plan. They are lining up their forces to go after gun control across the board. This is incredibly important because 2023 is going to be a battle of highs and a battle of lows, and I am here for it, and I cannot wait to walk through this with you guys. If you are new or you are returning, please consider giving this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join the fold. We need as many people as we can in the ranks so we can pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. Thank you so much in advance for your consideration. And now I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, XS Sights, and we are going to hit exactly what they're going to do in 2023. Now, XS Sights is known for making the fastest sights at any light. And for more than 25 years, the XS team has created some of the most innovative sights on the market today for pistols, rifles, and shotguns. They actually sent me this sight pusher tool today. It's one of their new designs. It's actually pretty freaking cool. Now, whether used for personal defense or hunting, these sights are designed and built to be the absolute best for this specific purpose. And XS Sights has also offered you a 10% coupon for being a viewer of this channel for the rest of the week. Use code XSSights10 in the link in the description box below for your discount, and thank you so much to XS Sights for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, everything is always linked in the description box, and I'm going to show you an article from Politico. They are laying out the battle plan. Now, we are going to meet it in force. We are going to be right there to fight for our rights day in, day out on this channel, but here is what they're doing. Democrats prime state houses to rewrite red flag gun laws. And here's the big dirty secret. Red flag laws are also always ushered in with this tiny little infringement for a guaranteed promise of safety. Very quickly after that, those don't work, they fail, and they consistently add more and more to that red flag law legislation until it's unrecognizable and it is egregious gun control. That is the method. It is a death of 1,000 cuts. Look at it. Any of the 19 states that have it, you will see what they've done. But let's continue. There's a lot of examples in this article. Motivated by tragedy and a frustration with Congress, Democratic lawmakers in states that have recently experienced highly publicized mass situations, like Illinois, gun control state, Michigan, they want to have red flag laws added this year, and Colorado, gun control state, are preparing their own gun safety agendas for the new year. At the top of the list, enacting or expanding, that's an important word, red flag laws that allow courts to temporarily confiscate guns from someone deemed dangerous, which is Minority Report. You go due process out the window on these things, and they know it's a weakness of these plans. They're about to hit it. I'm about to show you what the gun controllers from Giffords.org are saying. Every Town for Gun Safety. They know that the weak Achilles heel of the red flag laws is the due process. And that's important because I'm walking through it. They will always tell you what they're afraid of. 19 states and the District of Columbia already have red flag laws. Many in the aftermath of the 2018 Parkland shooting in Florida, where 17 were killed and 17 were injured. But many states are running into problems using the laws to prevent gun violence, sparking a new national push to redesign and implement them. That's how it works. They implement these red flag laws in blue states. They go forward and they say it's just a common sense push, and it's only worth a little bit of infringement for massive amounts of guaranteed and promised safety. And when they fail, which they always have done, they come back and say, you know what, we need to go bigger. We need to expand the list. And now we need national energy. They're going down the road of 1,000 cuts. I'm telling you, this is the way that it works. If you don't believe me, subscribe to this channel. I'll show you every time they do something with it. But here's the first quote. Hopefully, people who get behind the ERPOs, or Extreme Risk Protection Orders, see it as a way to get ahead of tragedy before it happens. Again, Minority Report. You cannot guarantee what's going to happen. Said Sean Holohan, State Legislative Director of Giffords, an anti-gun violence nonprofit founded by former Arizona blah, 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 normal tagline. Quote, as long as we get them to understand people's due process rights are respected, we're just trying to prevent a tragedy, whether it's taking their own life or a mass shooting. There is no way, it is impossible, hear me now, to go through a red flag law process and guarantee due process rights as written and as law in a majority of these states. For example, in California, in Illinois, in New York, you don't have the right to face your accuser. Your guns are taken without a court. You don't get to have a fair hearing. You don't get to even have your say in what's happening. You don't get to face your accuser. That's kind of hard to reconcile when you're saying you have due process rights when that's what happens. The entire point here is there is a claim made against you. The court decides without you even knowing you're being adjudicated, and then you go through the entire process of losing your firearm rights because someone said this, whether it's true, whether it's not true, and you can't even face your accuser. And then you have to go through the rigmarole of proving you have your ability to have your rights back. You explain to me how due process survives and satisfies in that scenario, and I'll be impressed. I'll be right here waiting. But because it can't, and everyone knows that it can't. But let's continue. But opponents to red flag laws argue that the legal procedures for removing guns violates a person's due process rights and could be used as a tactic in domestic disputes. True on both accounts. Republican critics and gun groups like the National Rifle Association have defeated proposed legislation in a number of GOP-controlled states like Arizona, Nebraska, and Kentucky as recently as this year, because there is no respect of due process rights, not to mention the dramatic infringements upon the Second Amendment rights of citizens. This is bigger than just gun safety. This is about the rights of a citizenry, and it's being abused because people are promising safety which they cannot deliver. It's important to understand this is big, and they're not stopping here. Listen to what Jared Polis says, Democratic governor of Colorado. Democratic Governor Jared Polis and state lawmakers have said they want to rewrite the law in the upcoming session, expanding who can file a red flag law petition beyond law enforcement to potentially include district attorneys, employees of the state, the attorney general, employee of the state, teachers, and social workers. Those people, as you expand that pool, you're going to get more infringements on the Second Amendment and due process rights of Americans. You want more proof? Check out what happened in New York. In New York, following a supermarket shooting in Buffalo, Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul issued an executive order directing state police to seek more red flag orders. The number of orders then more than doubled since the law went into effect in 2019, according to the governor's office. Now, it's illegal if you want to say from a governor's office and say, hey, we need more tickets, so bring more people in. That's illegal and wrong. However, if you want to do extreme risk protection orders, you can sign an executive order and say, I need more of these now, and you double since 2019. If you're not terrified by this, I got nothing for you, because this is a slippery slope and a road to perdition paved with good intentions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.